In this video, I'm going to cover the working with assessments practice. So much of what we say are assessments. There are beliefs, there are our judgments, they are our opinions, they're our perceived truths from our unique perspective that have been shaped over time by the life experiences that we've had, the environment we grew up in, and our parental modeling. So what's important to note is that this is our unique viewpoint on life, nobody else's. So when we use assessments in our language, it can have an effect of opening up or closing down our conversations, which influences our possibilities and the actions or inactions we take. So if you're aware that using assessments in your conversations is coming from your unique vantage point, if you can ground it in observable facts, it'll open up your conversations for possibilities and moving forward. So what I'm hoping you'll get out of this practice is that you can challenge your assessments. You can see them from alternate perspectives, and that will open up possibility for you. So I'm going to start by using my own personal assessments of myself so that you can see what happens when we challenge them. So the old paradigm that we would usually use would be we would take a piece of paper, we'd divide it in two, we'd put our positive traits on one side, our positive assessments on one side, and our negative assessments on the other. And I typically would have used humor on the positive side and shyness on the negative side, because my humor has ingratiated me to other people. It's made me appear more inviting. I appear more friendly. I appear maybe not threatening. And on the shyness side, I may appear as I lack confidence, or that I'm closed off, or that I'm hard to get to know. But that's a really closed down way to look at things, as solely positive and solely negative. So if we're able to further subdivide this page, so divide up humor in half and divide up shyness in half, and look at it from the perspective of what does this open up for me and what does it close down for me? So if I further look at my sense of humor, it's not universally accepted, right? Humor is a subjective thing. So it could be offensive. I can appear not serious. And on the shyness side, I actually needed to have this conversation with other people to hear what those possible opening ups for me could be. That I appear to be a good listener, that I only speak when it matters and when it's important. So they listen more intently. So our positive and negative old paradigm doesn't work anymore. And what I want to highlight here is that it's neither good nor bad, that it simply opens up opportunities for us and closes down opportunities for us if we don't look at it from both sides of the coin. So just using the sense of humor as an example, now that I have a more full picture of what my sense of humor looks like from an opening up and closing down perspective, I can now pick and choose when I decide to use that humor so that I can optimize it in my life. So it helps in making better decisions for ourselves. So there are a few key takeaways that I'd love for you to take away from today's little video. I'd love for you to remain open to seeing things differently, to see things from alternate perspectives, to open up your conversations with yourself and with others. I want to invite you to challenge your assessments and challenge the assessments that you hear in other people. My kids come home every now and then saying that I'm stupid or I'm dumb. So it gives me an opportunity to ask them questions about what proof do they have and where did they hear that? So I can try to help them debunk it, right? And see it from a different perspective for themselves. You can also remove assessments that no longer serve you. The shyness one that I gave earlier doesn't serve me anymore the way that I used to use it, but I think I can reframe that now as I'm growing my confidence. I'm working on my ability to be more confident. The next thing I want you to take away from this is that grounding is essential. You need to ground in observable facts. So if I made a statement like today's the most beautiful day ever, if I qualify it with, it's bright blue sky, I have a light breeze that keeps the bugs off, it's 24 degrees, for me, it's the perfect day. That opens up the conversation for other people to, discuss and see, okay, what would be their ultimate best day. The last thing I want you to take away from today is that your awareness is key. So if you know that you have assessments running in your background and that you see things very uniquely, knowing that someone else has a similar but different way of seeing things, you can now ask questions when those assessments come up, either when they come out of your mouth or when they come out of somebody else's. So ideally, you're able to open up our conversations, see things from alternate perspectives, and see what possibilities and hopefully new actions come from this.